This is a 600 million wood cabin, and it is the most expensive place to live in Rimworld. This place has everything you will ever want and need, including a cozy fur bed, a kitchenette, power generators, and a piano. And then we're going to compare it to a 10 million spacer house. And this house is literally made of gold, utilizes some pretty advanced hollow projection technology, and everything is automated by an advanced onboard AI. All the way down to this 50,000 steel bunker. I mean, I guess it's functional, and it has a TV. How is this cabin worth 600 million? Hello there and welcome back to the Rimworld. Now, Martimer here has recently become a billionaire, and now he took a shot on trying to become a trillionaire, using his old, perfectly legal, perfectly ethical tricks. And since last time we went with steel, this time we're going to go with wood. Because who doesn't love some wood? Some morning wood, some evening wood, there is just so many uses of wood. And to add additional challenge, he wanted to make trillionaire by raising the property value of this small cabin over here, made almost entirely of wood, plus a few bits and pieces of steel. And we're going to call this magnificent structure the Grand Pine Lodge. Grand Pine Lodgings is made of around 3,200 units of wood. And wood has a pathetic market value of 1.2 silver per unit. So this cabin is only actually worth 4,000. So we're going to change that. We can't have this nice, shiny gold house filled with some very advanced spacer tech and holograms to be better than our mighty wood cabin. Everyone's into wood cabins now, so we gotta raise that property value. Now, if you haven't seen how Mortimer became a billionaire, then here is his one simple trick. You see, the market in Rimworld is a free market, devoid of any governing body except for supply and demand. And to manipulate such a system, we are going to be lowering supply by buying every single piece of wood traders will give us. And then we're going to transform these into pretty sculptures. And by pretty sculptures, I mean pretty damn expensive sculptures worth 1.1 times more than the wood used to create them. And that's because our hardworking clones over here are adding their labor to the final value. But let's be real, I provide 99% of that value. We start off in Mortimer's favorite location, a random empty area of justice. And I mean ice, just ice. And he's brought 2 unsleeping and hungerless clones to help him out. Clones whose genetic material will eventually make more clones for a big, efficient workforce. Thank you, my clone brothers, for fully consenting to allow us to use your genetic material. You did sign the consent forms, right? I'm sure you did. Anyway, we start off with our basic base. And I do love putting my base in 11 by 11 square tiles, with a cross-shaped hallway in between. Let's put the power room here. Now I'm going to be using these advanced toxifier generators, which produces power in exchange for pollution. But that's fine because we can recycle pollution into resources. Let's use this room for our research lab, because that hydroponics is not going to research itself. I don't know why I don't just give myself hydroponics at the start of every game. Let's get a ground penetrating scanner for every resource we need, like steel, plasteel, and gold. Alright, focus up boys. Give me them resources. Perfect. Oh, and it spawned close to my base too, instead of being, on the other side of the map. Ah, look at me, toiling in the mines together with my workers. Why can't there be deep drilling mechanoids? Let's start getting ourselves some gold as well. And let's start fabricating those components. Oh yeah, and don't forget the plasteel, which is probably more important than gold. Look at me providing 90% of the labor in this colony, so it's fair that I get 90% of the profits. Let's put in some electric-powered recycling benches too, so that we can utilize the pollution from our advanced toxifier generators. I just love this mod so much. Makes me so self-sufficient. Let's also start this clone facility over here, and some food to feed those clones, and start researching the tech that will make us rich. Rich, I tell you. And so it begins. Now, I don't really remember what's the best tree in this game, but I'm 50% sure it's teak. Is it really teak? Or maybe palm? No, definitely teak. And look at our hard workers already planting those trees. They can already smell the money. Now, even with these advanced hydroponics, these trees are gonna take a while to grow. So let's contemplate about all the things we've done while staring at these trees. And done. Okay, next up I need a comms console and an orbital trade beacon. And then our glorious plan can begin. And our first trade ship has arrived. And I forgot that I'm still a broke boy with no statues to sell. So let's just go buy some advanced components. We do have some wood in reserve, so let's start with our art. Now we are going to make some grand sculptures, because I think grand sculptures are the most efficient for work required. Set them all to wood and we're good. And after a while we get another trade ship. I still don't have any wood, so I have no sculptures to sell. So I'm going to trade in my yellow bell peppers for some wood so we can get this plan going. Alright, we've got some sculptures made and some more trees planted. And 2 clones ready to haul. Well, at least one ready to haul because the other is still a baby. But he'll become a child soon. The Larian company decides to visit us, so now we can sell our beautiful wooden sculptures for around 1,000 to 2,000 each. And of course, we need to restock on our wood. And our first trees have started to bear fruit, or wood. Wood for our sculptures. I'm also going to expand my hydroponics, because I kinda forgot my clones needed luciferium to survive. And they're going to need a lot of psychoid and advanced components to make that luciferium. So let's build ourselves a hydroponics area right next to our old hydroponics area. Focus purely on psychoid. Good thing I started too because I only had 9 units of luciferium left. And the most important thing, we need more clones. Why can't clones be born as adults? Why do I have to take care of children? Weren't clones in Star Wars born as adults? Or maybe I'm wrong. Please don't hunt me down. Oh man, they're mad. They gave me a solar flare. I swear I'll read about Star Wars clones later. Oh look, our first clone is now an adult. But there are never enough clones in your colony, especially clones of me. So let's have our children clone themselves too. Now, a good thing about these clones is that they don't need clothing. They are perfectly happy being naked. And they can also survive temperatures up to -50. Genetic engineering is great. Another poor fool come to trade with us. Time to sell and buy. And use those resources to build a bunker for our clones. They're probably not required, but I'm gonna build them anyway. Better safe than sorry, I say. Man, I am accumulating quite a lot of sculptures. Having traders be RNG kind of sucks. Thank you, Blue Giraffe Company, for visiting our colony. Don't worry, we're just gonna sell all of these sculptures worth 8,000 each. And we're gonna buy all of your wood. And eventually sell them back to you in a much better form. Okay, wealth check time. We are now worth around 2 million. Pretty good, but we're still very far away from a trillion. And so far, we've only managed to increase the price of wood to 43. So yeah, still very far away. And so time passes by until trade ship after trade ship after trade ship after trade ship 3 hours later. Alright, let's hurry this up. Patrick's running out of time cards. We've built ourselves a nice little factory here, and a decent amount of our clones are now adults. Plus, there are quite a few kids and teenagers around. And the thing is, teenagers and kids can create art. And everyone knows how convenient those tiny hands are, and how efficient they are at making sculptures. We are now buying wood at 12,768 per piece, and we're selling our sculptures for around 4 million each. Isn't it great? But then I opened up the info panel for the wooden sculpture, and it looks like there is a cap for market value. Now, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all of these sculptures, because if there is a cap to market value, then it will eventually become unprofitable. Ah well, there goes our plan. But we still managed to raise the price of wood to 66,000, which is a far cry from 1.2. And we are only worth around the ballpark of 9.2 billion. And that means I still have 910 billion to go. So I'm not sure if you can reach 1 trillion with just the art trick. So I'll have to think of another way. At least Grand Pine Lodge is now worth 600 million. I wonder how we'd make trillion now. And Martimer will probably think of a way. So stay tuned for next week's video, where we will definitely reach 1 trillion. And if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see Martimer make money out of bicycles, click on the video to your left. And if you want to see more capitalism shenanigans, click on this playlist. That is all for this video, and thank you for watching.